All right, welcome to my 2021 skincare routine. I do these videos every single year because I feel like once a year gives me time to test any new skincare products, make a switch in my routine if I feel like they are worthy, and update you guys on anything I've changed and what I'm still using. If you're new here, hello, my name's Taylor. Just give you a 5-second background on my skin. I had cystic acne and oily skin for years, then I went on Accutane. I want to say it was about 5 years ago. I always forget how many years ago it was, but it was about 5 years ago now. After Accutane, my skin was very dry for a couple years, and now I would say it's normal to dry, and I just like to focus on moisture, redness, brightening. I did look back on my skincare routine from about a year ago, still recommend all those products, so I'm gonna leave my last couple skincare routine videos down below in the description box. There's definitely still some products from that video that I use now that are holy grail at this point that I've used for years. So everything I talk about in today's video will be linked down below in the description box, but let's head into the bathroom and take off this makeup. I am doing my nighttime skincare routine and morning skincare routine, so this is everything all in one video. By the way, it's morning time right now when I'm filming this, so cheers. I'm filming a nighttime skincare routine first thing in the morning at 8:45. Yes, I did my makeup just to show you how I take it off. Okay, so we are in the bathroom. Bangs are up, we're ready for some skincare. So normally I almost always shower at night, so this first part of my skincare routine I do in the shower. It is like a pet peeve of mine to wash my face in the sink because I just feel like it gets everywhere. I know they make like the little towels you can use on your wrist, but I don't know. I know I wouldn't actually use them. So today I have on a long wearing liquid lipstick, waterproof eyeliner, and mascara. So you can really see just how good this stuff is. My holy grail cleansing oil is the Purito from Green cleansing oil. I just ran out of a different cleansing oil I was testing, so this one is pretty full right now because this is a new bottle. But this is a repurchase for me. Out of all the cleansing oils and balms I've tested, this is hands down my favorite because it removes literally everything, but it also doesn't leave a gross oily residue. That's like my big thing with cleansing oils and balms. Even though I do double cleanse, so I go in with the first product to remove my makeup and then an actual facial cleanser, I still don't like a residue when I'm rinsing off the oil. It just bothers me. So this doesn't have any kind of residue. It just rinses right off and it takes all of the makeup with it. If you're more of a cleansing balm person, not an oil, I do have a couple recommendations for you. I've been really liking the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Melting Makeup Cleansing Balm. I have a whole video, by the way, talking about the best cleansing balms, but it's a couple years old and I definitely have some new favorites since then. The e.l.f. one's really great for just a drugstore option, or my other favorite is the Good Molecules Cleansing Balm. That one's very affordable too. If you don't care about the price tag, Clinique Take the Day Off is also great. I usually do about 2.5 pumps of this, rub it in my hands, and then go in and just start rubbing on my face. If I'm wearing liquid lipstick, I like to do that last, just so I'm not rubbing it all over my face. And just like kind of hold it and go slow over your eyes so it has a chance to really break down the waterproof mascara. This is a very lightweight oil kind of formula. Just whatever is left over with the oil, I go over my lips. Okay, so that literally takes off everything. I don't have like an ounce of eye makeup left over, at least that I can see. And then I go straight in with my cleanser. This is my holy grail facial cleanser. I've used this for years now. I started using this when I was on Accutane, so I'm pretty sure I've used this for about 5-6 years now. It's a Cerave Hydrating facial cleanser. I don't think this is for everyone. If you've ever tried the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser, it has a similar feel to that. It's actually pretty close, but this one I just love so much more. This has ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and this is great if you have normal to dry skin. It does have a very like milky, kind of silky feel to it. So if you're someone who likes a super like squeaky clean kind of face, that's not what this feels like. It is moisturizing. I actually find that lately I can go over my eyes with this and it doesn't bother me. When I first started using this, it did. But if you want another option that you can definitely go over your eyes with, the La Roche-Posay that I mentioned in my last skincare routine video, that one's great, really similar kind of feel to this one. I just trust CeraVe with my life. I love a lot of their products. Their ingredients are great. Look at the forehead glow right now. And I do notice a difference in my skin when I stop using this. This video, by the way, is not sponsored by anyone. I did work with Bubble Skincare on Instagram because I genuinely love a few of their products. This is another option. This is the Fresh Start Gel Cleanser. So if you're someone who like the CeraVe does not sound great to you, I really actually like this one, even though I personally don't typically love gel cleansers. This one is a totally different feel. This does give you the squeaky clean like gel kind of feel. I usually keep this one by my sink here, and then I keep CeraVe in the shower just so I have two different options, but I do really like this one. So I'm gonna wet my face again and then go in with the hydrating cleanser. So this isn't intended to remove makeup. Someone commented on my Instagram saying, Why is this not removing my makeup? This isn't a makeup remover, it's a facial cleanser, but obviously, hopefully your cleanser is also gonna get off any remaining makeup that you might have left over after step 1. This just feels so moisturizing, and I really take my time when I'm in the shower with this and try and like really work it into my skin. Make sure you get like the areas where you can tend to forget makeup, like under your chin area and around here. This is fragrance free. I try to use only fragrance free skincare products. Like 1 or 2 of the skincare products that are in my rotation have fragrance, but for the most part, I try and just do fragrance free. So if you need help with texture and brightening, this stuff is magic. These are the ROC Daily Resurfacing Discs. So I actually keep these in my shower because they kind of like foam up. So after I go in with my facial cleanser, I only use these about once or twice a week because I went through a period where I was trying them every single day just to see how my skin reacted, and it was not good. My skin got way too dry and like flaky. So these are kind of intense. The full size pad that comes in here is pretty large. So I actually cut these in half and use half in the shower. One side has a little bit of like exfoliation, and then the other side is really soft, so you can choose either or use both. But these do kind of foam up, and I like to work it into my skin for probably about 45 seconds to a minute and then rinse off. And these things make a difference. It really helps with brightening, and I just find that my overall texture is so much smoother when I regularly use these. So this is the step that I do, I would say about half the time, just depending really on how much makeup I had on. But this is the simple, soothing facial toner, 100% alcohol free. I just wanted like a very basic toner that mostly was just there to get off any remaining makeup in case I had any. At this point, I usually don't have a whole lot, but sometimes I just like it for that like extra step, or sometimes I'll use this in the morning as well. But I'm gonna use this one tonight. So I no longer use cotton pads. I have these reusable cloths. You can get these off Amazon, and then you just throw them in the wash. It's super easy. So I'm just gonna squirt a little on here and go on over. And with this, I again try and get like the areas that maybe I missed a little bit, like under my chin. I wouldn't say this is like a crucial step. I kind of just like to do it for peace of mind, knowing that all of my makeup is off. So next up is a product that has been in, I think, every single one of my skincare routines, because again, I've been using this for probably about 6 years. It's the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. So you can use a physical exfoliant or a chemical exfoliant. In my last skincare routine, I did do both, and since then I've stopped using a physical exfoliant and I only use a chemical exfoliant. I've tried so many different brands of BHAs. This is absolutely my favorite. The Paula's Choice one does something different. If you have texture, you need to try this stuff. This just leaves my skin with such a pretty glow. It really helps out with texture and just like under the skin kind of bumps, and also redness. When I'm consistently using this, the redness on my cheeks is usually a lot less. I'm actually literally almost out of this bottle. I have about probably 2 more uses left. I did try using this just by putting it in my hands and like patting in, because I was like, maybe I don't need any kind of like facial round for this. It doesn't work as well. I have no idea why, but I definitely find the best way is to use some kind of, you know, round, cotton round or round like this. My face usually gets a little bit red after I go in with this step, and then it'll kind of calm down in a couple minutes. For the most part, I use this every single day, either in the morning or at night, usually at night. But if you want a major glow, like with your makeup, if you put this on in the morning, it definitely makes a difference and like helps your makeup look super glowy and nice. So the 2 best things you can do for anti-aging are wearing an SPF every day, protecting your skin in the sun, and using retinol. Before this, I used a retinol that was prescribed by a dermatologist, but lately I've just been using Inkey List retinol. Inkey List is a good affordable brand at Sephora. They're kind of like The Ordinary. It's just like basic ingredients, which I like. Retinol, you really have to figure out for your skin what works. For me, I like using this not every night. I use it about twice a week, or else my skin just kind of freaks out. So on the nights that I'm using a retinol, I don't go in with the Paula's Choice. Again, I just have sensitive skin, so I kind of just think about the order of everything, what I'm using one night, and then go more gentle the next night. So I'm not going to be putting this one on today because I just put on the BHA, but if your skin is more tough than mine, you probably could use both. This retinol is like a serum kind of formula, so it's nice because it's not too heavy. It's not like a thick cream. I do want to try the new like natural form of retinol. I think it's called bakuchiol, something like that. This one is newer in my life, so I debated including it, but I just wanted to throw it out there in case you're curious about this product. The Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum Radiance. Since I started using this, I do feel like overall my skin is looking a little more bright. It just has like a little pep, you know? I don't love that this has fragrance. It's very scented. This has a dropper, it's a serum formula. It just is very silky, sinks into the skin nicely. And like I said, I do think it does something with radiance and just making my skin look a little bit overall brighter and healthier. But I haven't been using this every night, and this is newer to me. Like I've been testing it for probably a couple months at this point. But what I do every single night, no matter what, whether I'm using a retinol, not serum, even if I'm like so lazy that night and just removed my makeup and did nothing else, I always put this on because this is a holy grail product for me, especially if you have acne scarring. Like if you're coming off Accutane, this is a must, or when you're on Accutane. I do have a whole Accutane skincare routine video, so link that down below if you want to know what I actually used when I was on Accutane, or if you just have severely dry skin. Accutane like sucks all of the moisture out of your skin, so you're peeling, bleeding, like it's a whole thing. But this is the Ordinary 100% cold pressed rosehip oil. I've tried like 5 or 6 different brands of rosehip oil. I've tried the Good Molecules one, the Inky List one. This is still hands down my favorite. You can get this on Sephora for about 10 bucks. This just gives so much moisture to my skin, helps with redness, helps with acne scarring, and I find just kind of plumps up my skin a little bit. Give it a couple months to really start seeing a difference if you're focusing on using this for acne scarring. Doesn't have a great scent. I don't really care. I would rather just have my skincare be effective. I use about 5 drops and then just press it into my skin. And also try and bring this down my neck a bit. I'm not good about remembering to do my skincare on my neck, but trying to get better about that. This is definitely a product that I only use at night. Like, don't go putting this underneath makeup. And next I'm gonna go in with moisturizer, but before I do that, I like to let this sink in for a minute or two. This is when I'll usually brush my teeth or do something like that. There's different opinions on if you should do your oil first or your moisturizer first. I go back and forth with the order of oil versus moisturizer. In my last skincare routine, I did the opposite, but I just kind of feel like for some reason lately, if I put the oil on underneath, it works better. Do you? Some people say do it by thickness, so do whatever you feel like works. So as far as moisturizer, I like a really thick nighttime moisturizer. Don't give me any of the gel moisturizer crap. I want to feel it on. I want a thick guy. So I have 2, actually both of these are drugstore. These are my go-tos, what I've been using. I do still recommend the Erna Laszlo one that I mentioned in my last video. That one's just very expensive. Both of these are affordable from the drugstore. So if you have ultra dry skin, or you're on Accutane, or if you're just someone like me who likes a really rich, thick moisturizer, this stuff is bomb. It's the Skin Renewing Night Cream. The formula of this stuff is thick. Like this is a thick cream. And then the Bubble Slam Dunk Hydrating Moisturizer is my other favorite. First off, I love the packaging. All you do to get it out is go like that and you get the perfect amount dispensed. This super moisturizes my skin. I would say texture-wise, it's less thick than this CeraVe one, but it's more thick than, like for example, the facial moisturizing lotion from CeraVe that I was using for a while. Definitely more thick than that one, and I would say it's more thick than like the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro. So it's kind of in between. It's fragrance free, and I feel like really moisturizes my skin. When I wake up in the morning with this stuff, my skin just has that nice, plump, moisturized feel to it. If I ever have like flakiness and really active dryness, I'll go in with the CeraVe because this one just takes that away. That's why I use this on Accutane. But for example, when I was using these too often and I was having a lot of dryness, went in with this for 2 nights in a row and it just brought my skin back to normal. All right, we're looking glowy. And then after I brush my teeth, I go in with a lip mask. So I have 3 different options. I'm gonna do the drugstore, just basic one first. Aquaphor Healing Ointment, another go-to from Accutane. I've been using it since. This is just the best. Make sure you get the healing ointment in the tube. It is a different formula than if you get the one that's marketed as a lip product. Get the healing ointment. This is just like the mini travel size because I feel like it's easier to use for lips. But this stuff legit works. If you have severely cracked dry lips, I would say get this stuff. I just switched between all of these, but my other favorite, this stuff is so good and so underrated, the Milani Avocado Butter. I am about halfway out of this stuff. It smells really good, and I usually don't like scented lip products unless it's like a mint scent, but it almost has this like herbal but cucumber kind of scent to it that I just really like. Super thick, goes on, just like makes your lips look really nice and plump and juicy too. So I do like using that one like in the morning sometimes too. And then my other recommendation is the Clavu Lip Sleeping Pack. I think this is a way more effective version of the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. It has a vanilla scent, and I just find that this works way better than the Laneige. So I'm gonna go with the Milani today. This is one that when you wake up, your lips are still moisturized, like it almost sits on top, which is good because your lips aren't getting dried out throughout the night. I don't like when I wake up and my lips feel like crackly and dry. So that's it for nighttime. I keep it, I think, pretty basic. Okay, so for morning time, I keep it very, very basic, like bare minimum. I sometimes just wash my face and then go in with an SPF, especially if you're putting on rosehip oil. You definitely need to cleanse your face before going in with makeup so you can get off all of your nighttime skincare. So again, I'll go in with one of these two depending on if I'm in the shower or not, basically. Lately, I've been using a vitamin C serum maybe once or twice a week. I don't use it every single day, mostly because I feel like the one I have right now, it's okay. It's the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin C Serum, 15% vitamin C. The one that I do notice a big difference with and that I recommend is the Sunday Riley CEO. That is my favorite formula. So once I use up the ones I have right now, I would definitely repurchase that one. That's the one I recommend. Sometimes in the morning, I'll go in with, again, the simple toner, just depends. But then something I always do no matter what, even if I'm just sitting in my house, I always put on an SPF no matter what. I don't use a moisturizer in the morning because all the SPFs I use are moisturizing, and it's kind of like a 2-in-1 for me. You get sun protection and you get the moisture. And I just did an entire video on my favorite SPF, so I'm not gonna go through them here. I'll link that video in the eye down below. You may have noticed in the last year I haven't been using an eye cream. For me, I just really don't enjoy doing that step. In the future, I'll probably incorporate one back in, but I'm just being honest, lately I have not been using an eye cream. If I am using one though, it's the Cerave Eye Cream or the Polish Choice. Those are the two that I recommend if you do want an eye cream. I just bring my products pretty close underneath my eye like you saw. Maybe in 10 years I'll be regretting the no eye cream choice. As far as face masks, I probably use a face mask about once or twice a month, just depending. And I'll link a couple down below that I highly recommend and that I see a difference with. Some face masks is just like more, you know, the experience and fun, but other ones are actually effective. So here's my skin up close. That's everything, my morning and nighttime skincare routine. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out, so thank you. And again, I'll have everything listed down below in the description box. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.